Greetings, pro wrestling fans, and thank you for joining us at the Pro Wrestling LookBack Podcast. I'm Nick. I'm a little bit under the weather, and I'm sitting here with
Don Vader, the longest fucking intro in the game. Rest in peace, Larry the Axe. Rest in peace, Dynamite Kid. What up to the fucking legends? Yeah, man.
And it was so good the first time they had to bring me back. It's Will.
Yes, he's back. Well, thanks for coming in, guys. This is the Roundtable episode 16, Pro Wrestling LookBack. We're here.
Sweet 16.
Yeah, we got a little special name, I feel like, for every episode at this point, but
We're legal now.
yeah. I don't know legal for what. Don't forget to check us out on Instagram and Twitter, guys, at PWLookBack. Send us some comments, DMs, follow, all that kind of stuff on there. Check us out on YouTube as well, Pro Wrestling LookBack. Send us an email, prowrestlinglookback@gmail.com. And stay tuned. We got some things coming in the future. iTunes, maybe, Podbean. Stay tuned, guys. It's coming in the new year.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, guys. It's been a busy week, as per usual. Raw was better than it's been. I don't know if we want to start there, but Will's back for the second time, so let's give the floor to him.
Yeah.
All right. I wanted to start the show off with something. There's been a whole bunch of news about the WWE trying to lock down the contracts of their current performers and trying to sign a whole bunch of new guys. News came out today that they were looking at signing Dalton Castle. A couple weeks ago, they're looking at Kushida. News came out that back at Dominion, they were trying to sign Tetsuya Naito. They're scared of this all-elite wrestling thing they got going on. And we don't even know what's actually going to happen. We have no idea if it's actually going to be the elite. We have no idea other than copyrights have been claimed and filed. And they're scared. We haven't seen this since, like, WCW.
You think so?
I think so. Like, Impact didn't have this effect on them.
I think they just eventually want to take they want to.
Yeah, they want to do their world
pick
wrestling.
Pick the best guys out too.
Yeah.
I feel like.
But the point I wanted to talk about is, aside from kayfabe,
Yeah.
on Raw this week, they basically had a segment of Seth Rollins basically saying, Raw is shit. So when you have a company trying to sign the best wrestlers on the planet and convince them to go to your company instead of someone else's, and then on your own product you say, our product is shit, how does that make sense from a business standpoint?
Well, they go to NXT.
Yeah, and
It's a booming down there.
not only is he saying that Raw is shit, he's blaming one of the current superstars for Raw being shit. That was my biggest gripe with the whole thing that happened on Raw this week as far as Seth Rollins goes. Baron Corbin is not, like, I'm not a Baron Corbin fan, but he is not writing the show. Baron Corbin is not deciding whether or not Drake Maverick is pissing himself or, you know.
Yeah, that one, when you brought that up to me, that was definitely. But, like, I get where he was going with certain things, like when he shouted out the Revival, putting them in the Lucha House Party match. But
Yeah.
it's just like.
I don't know.
It was a good delivery, good promo, I thought, by Seth. Like, still.
No, for sure. And they needed to do something to kind of acknowledge it, but I just don't know if it was a good idea to kind of put it all on Baron Corbin unless, I mean, I don't know. Is he not going to win on Sunday? And this is all just
It could be
shoving him under the rug?
It could be like a setup for him to get his comeuppance because they're going to let Braun get his hands on him and all that.
Yeah, it was interesting. I think I always find it funny when they do these, like, I don't know, I don't want to call it shoot, but these, like, off-cuff, shoot-y type promos.
Work shoots.
Yeah.
No, for sure. Back to what Will was saying, though, I don't know if it's blatantly them trying to grab as much people as possible, but they definitely are. Like, there's guys like, I don't know if you mentioned Walter is one of the guys that they picked up as well from the indies, and then they've got all the stuff going on with the UK scene. I know they've snatched up a lot of those guys. I can't speak to how different it was with TNA. I don't really know. I feel like TNA was grabbing a lot of guys back then that were leaving WWE.
Yeah.
I don't know how much WWE was picking up indie guys back then. I don't know if you guys can speak more to that than me, but I don't know. It's definitely something to think about as far as what will they, I don't know how to say it, but like, what will WWE continue to do going forward? Is this going to be like, let's snatch up everybody we can, like back in the territory days, or I don't know.
No, I feel like
I don't think they're that
like
worried.
some of the guys that Will had mentioned, I feel like are like, you know, the hotter hotter guys on the scene. So I think they're just trying to grab some of the best guys out there, and then like I said before, kind of another guy will rise up through the rankings of the circuits of the indies or wherever he's working, and then maybe they got eyes on him. Like they have eyes on whoever's.
They got eyes on everybody.
You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
I find it weird that, excuse me, especially in Japan, you had like Naito, like Okada, even Shinsuke.
Yeah.
There's this long history, and in Japan, if you betray that history, you're shoved to the side. You're outcasted. Like we saw that with Shibata when he came back. There's this long story about Shibata.
If you leave, and come back, like it's
like Shibata left the company when it was bad back in 2005.
Okay,
and he came back in like 20. I don't know when he came back, but it was after 2010, and he had to work his ass off. There was like, it's just how they are in Japan. That if you turn your back on them, you're outcasted. So it's weird that they're going after these guys like Kushida and Naito, like when they know like, they're probably not going to get them, but they're going to try. And the fact that they're just trying to get them is weird.
Yeah, I don't know if it's blatantly them trying to discourage, Cody and the Bucks and whatever this all elite thing turns out to be. Because I know Vince back in the day, he always said about Ted Turner, it was like, why try and, take down the other guy when you can just bring up yourself. I remember him always, so I can't see him kind of going back on his word, but then again, I'm sure he's a lot different of a guy now, and he feels like he kind of controls. You guys know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I don't know if, I feel like he likes to just do his own thing, and I don't even think Vince knows who some of these guys are. Maybe Triple H.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but
Triple H, Regal. I could see them being the guys trying to get the contracts, and Vince is like, oh, here's a check.
Yeah. Do you guys want to go into Raw then?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay, so what else did we have? We got new tag champs on Raw. We had
Glorious Gable.
The Glorious Gable. Yeah, is that the name of the team, or
what I'm
the Glorious Ones?
Gable and the Glorious.
Gable. Jesus. So we had them beating Drake Maverick for the belts. How do you guys feel about them being babyfaces, kind of taking out?
That was weird for me. Like AOP won the tag titles how long ago?
Oh, we talked a little bit about AOP the last time us three were together too, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe a month. Has it been a month? More?
And then they just lose it to this tag team that just kind of got put together. Like, I get they got this storyline going on with Drake Maverick, but it still doesn't make sense. And then there's the fact that Drake Maverick, he has two characters. He's not the same person on both shows. He is 205 and Raw.
Yeah.
They're two different people.
Leo Rush too, no? Is he still being Leo Rush, the character, the wrestling character on 205 Live?
He's still that cocky young upstart. But Drake Maverick on like 205, he's that, yes, I'll take that into consideration for a future match. And then on Raw, he's this annoying jerk.
Leather jacket wearing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's really weird.
I've always said I thought they should put the characters together. Whether it's him having AOP as his two fucking hitmen on 205 or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It should be something
one.
Like that.
Like, I know what you mean. It should be all one. He should be talking about being the general manager of 205 Live on Raw and vice versa. He should talk about having to manage AOP when he's on 205 Live.
I was okay with the title switch though.
I wasn't. It felt weird to me. Like, I get they pinned Drake, who's not supposed to be this big guy. Like, he's general manager, but it just felt weird to me. Yeah,
I don't know if it's nitpicking for me, but I felt like the fact that they finally had matching gear was like a kind of a almost a giveaway that they were going to win. And it's not that I thought it. I mean, Donovan definitely watching the show thought they were going to win more than I did, because I know you said it a couple times while we were watching the show, Donovan, like, oh, they're going to win now. Here we go.
Yeah.
But
well, I just figured
I wouldn't be surprised.
Just being a fan and knowing like how the whole doing the TLC match, having the IC title, having the tag belts on the line, like,
yeah,
I was like, yeah, they'll probably do a switch.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm okay with it though. Like, I think let's see what happens. Like, give them a chance,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a lot better to have Gable and Rude as your champions than AOP, simply for the fact of like Rude is he's a vet. He's a good guy. He can help
Gable.
Gable
and AOP
and the other teams. And I think it may be better to have a babyface tag team right now, steering the ship with the titles on Raw.
Yeah.
Have heels be chasing after them.
For sure.
I don't know if AOP was really doing it for me too, like on the main roster thus far.
Well, no,
that's why I'm okay with it. Like,
they certainly haven't been even remotely close to anything they were, when they were in NXT.
Yeah. And now you could have stuff like mix in the Revival and these Gable and Rude. And,
Yeah. So how did you guys feel about them putting Jim Anvil on a table?
Oh, I'm excited to talk about this.
In the Ruby Riot segment. This is a pretty controversial thing over the waves of the internet over the last couple days. So
wouldn't be the first thing the women's division has done.
In the sense that it's controversial?
Yeah.
What's your take on it, Will? Because I haven't heard your take on it.
I'll be honest, I didn't see the full segment. I saw the thumbnail on YouTube of Anvil on a table, and I'm like, not clicking that. No.
I'm not clicking that.
Not giving that the view. But what happened? Did she break the table, or
no? She just
she just came out on the top of the stage.
Natty was cutting a promo, right?
Yeah,
and then Ruby came out with
on the top of the stage. It was like behind a curtain kind of thing, unveiled.
And oh boy, what were we gonna get? We had a whole bunch of ideas of what was gonna be under the unveiling.
Did I say it was Jim though? Did I say it was gonna be?
We talked about it being Jim. I said maybe there's gonna be a pair of fucking sunglasses painted onto the fucking table, and she's gonna break the sunglasses, break the table, some stupid shit like that. I don't know. It was, you know what? It's fucked that they have to reach with this to try and get the whole thing over, right? They keep going. They keep going back to Jim. It's more about. It was just weird. It's a weird storyline.
Yeah, it's weird that that's a good word. It's just weird. I don't know. They keep coming back to it.
Yeah, like the glasses and now the picture and I don't know. I don't have a problem with it as much as other people. I see everyone's all in a uproar about it.
Yeah.
And for me, it's not even as much that I'm against it. It's just it didn't need to be there.
That's exactly it. Yeah, it didn't need to be there. Why does this have to...
It's not that I'm like, oh, this is so bad. They should have done this or they should have done that. Or it's just, I don't know. It wasn't the best idea.
Yeah, nobody...
So, like Will said, I don't know how many people...
The crowd doesn't know how to react.
Click the video.
Just to get it straight, it was just Jim on a table.
Yeah, just like a...
Yeah, it was literally you know those things they have? They're called fatheads. They're like a sticker you can buy of you get a big fucking Chris Bosh on your wall or LeBron James or whatever it is.
You just put on table, then you talked about it. Nothing happened with the table.
No. I mean, we'll see. I hope that he's not on the fucking table at the pay-per-view because I don't want to see Natty going through a table with her dad on the table. That I could do without that. Thank you very much as far as the pay-per-view goes, but I don't know. How about Heath Slater in his first referee job?
Oh, yeah.
On Raw.
Yeah.
How about
he's got kids.
Yeah, wait, Don knows what I'm going to say. There was a moment we were watching the show, and there was just a regular match happen. I don't know if it was one of the women's matches or not. And Don's like, oh, is that Heath? And we thought it was Heath reffing, and it wasn't. It was just a different referee. And then later in the night, they acknowledged when Heath was having his first ref, duty of the night, and we just thought it was hilarious that wouldn't that have been awesome if they just put him out there and didn't say anything, and they actually just treated him as if he was just a referee now, and they're not going to acknowledge his name because why would they? They don't acknowledge any other referee's name. So I don't know. I thought that was fucking hilarious. But yeah, Heath. What did he did 2 matches or did he do?
Yeah, what was the first one he did?
That's what I'm trying to remember. I can't remember. He did 2, and then he did the main event. So he did a match earlier in the night, and then also was it a match with Drew and Dolph, maybe?
Fuck, I honestly...
I can't. It's not that important, to be completely honest. The one that was more important was the main event.
Yes.
He did the TLC match with Seth for the title. And, yeah, I don't know. It was not my favorite. I'm getting a little bit of stuff in my ears right now.
Yeah, me too. I think we all...
Hopefully the technical difficulties don't last here, but anyway...
He added to it for sure. I still wasn't that super into the match. I did kind of think Corbin could win. That crossed my mind. We kind of chatted about it during the match, but I wasn't I'm just not, dude. Baron Corbin just doesn't do it for me. I was probably looking at my phone more than the match.
first I figured it weird. Like I understood why he tried to interfere with the match. Like he's got families trying to support, so he needs to keep the job.
Yeah, that was my logic with it as well.
But at the same time, the way he did it, it didn't seem like I didn't want to do this, but I'm going to have to do it. It seemed like I'm just going to do this. The look on his face and the way he acted, it didn't seem like he was regretting his actions.
No, so you think he was kind of like joining Corbin in a sense, or
I don't.
Because I got the vibes more like you were saying he's just doing it because this is his job and he needs the money and he...
Yeah, I think that's what they're trying to go for. Just the way he did the segment, it felt weird. Just the look he had on his face and how he was going about it. It didn't look like he had the reluctance on his face. I don't know if that's just about the segment or how he did the segment, but it looked weird when he did it. Yeah.
For me, I think the match itself over-delivered anything that I was expecting, because when you start out your show by, making fun of a guy and explaining why your show that we're watching right now has sucked for the last couple weeks, and I'm sorry if anybody's getting these technical difficulties as well, but hopefully not. It doesn't make much sense to put that guy in your main event. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about why this guy screwed up the show the last couple weeks, and then let's put him in the main event. I didn't understand that, but again, it was
controls it technically, so he can put himself in the main event.
He can put himself in the main event. Yeah. That's true. But again, like I said, it delivered anyway because the match was really good. Even though Baron Corbin was in it, I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Corbin can have a good match when he wants to.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen it.
I don't know. I'm on the other side of the fence with that one, but
Don's not feeling the same. But yeah, overall, it was a good Raw, and when you compare it to what we've had the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They tried to give us that shock value.
Title change, big main event, breaking the fourth wall in the beginning of the show, getting a little risque with the Jim Neidhart stuff. I don't know. It was a good show.
They're trying things.
It was a different show. That's for sure. We'll talk about SmackDown, I guess, before we go into the rest of the show. We're going to just get our quick thoughts in the first 20, 30 minutes of the show here. Did either one of you get a chance to watch SmackDown this week?
I just watched highlights of
clips
it. And I know everything that went down.
Kind of the rundown. Yeah. No, I wasn't sure. So, DB and Daniel Bryan and Mustafa Ali started the show in a really cool segment. I thought this was a really cool way to start the show, and very different. I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts?
Oh, I like it. They have these 205 guys that they've kept separate since they split them up from Raw, and they're starting to bring them back into the main show, and I like it.
Yeah, no. I've said this for a while now that I wanted to see these guys more involved in the main roster and stuff. So it's good. We've seen Lio Rush competing on Raw in a little bit. He fought, and now we got Mustafa. I hope this continues. I would like to see it. Yeah, especially now. I think they're starting to kind of figure it out a little more when it comes to the 205 thing, because the Survivor Series, we had the title match.
Yeah,
they put on a great match. It was in the fucking show, not on the pre-show. I hope we get the same damn thing this time.
Little round of applause for WWE and deciding to
I want to see
include the cruiserweights in the rest of the
champ come up and fight someone.
Your boy.
Oh,
I'd love to see that go down. He's got to come fight someone.
Who do you want to see?
Maybe Seth. If Seth's still the Intercontinental champ, just Intercontinental cruise, it'd be
I'll give you one better.
What's that?
Almas.
Ooh, that would be a good match.
That'd be good too. Yeah,
that would be good. We'll talk more about him, Buddy. That being said, later when we talk about best of the year, he's going to definitely come up in that conversation.
Just a quick question for you guys. Maybe you could. Did he have a match with Brian a few weeks ago, or I know he had one with Ray?
I would say that's more than a few weeks ago.
Yeah, he had a couple.
He did have one with Daniel Bryan.
Oh yeah,
but that was when Brian first came back from his concussions.
Yeah,
I like it.
A couple months ago.
I feel like he has a lot to do with it.
Yeah, they've kind of kept Almas off TV the last little while. I'm not really sure.
Is he injured? Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't think so. I think. No, I thought. When was the last time we seen him? He's not involved in a heavy storyline right now.
No, he might be doing main events and dark
which
matches.
Which is weird because apparently when he first started showing on SmackDown, apparently Vince liked him and he was pushing, getting him ready for a big push, and then nothing happened.
I mean, it shows you how quickly things can change, and once you get called up to the main roster. We're going to talk about it again more later, but there's so many guys down in NXT, and I've said it many times, I'm not a huge NXT guy anymore, but guys that I'm fucking worried about when they get called up to WWE and Raw and SmackDown. Oh yeah, that's a big one, but like I said, we'll go into a little bit more of that later. Did you guys like the match with Daniel Bryan and Mustafa?
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought it was.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought it was fucking really good, especially to open the show. I seen a picture that Mustafa posted on Instagram or Twitter, one or the other, and it was him and Daniel Bryan, and then underneath it was John Cena and Kurt Angle.
Oh, he posted that?
Yeah.
I seen that too. I didn't know.
Yeah. I thought that was really cool of him to post, and then WWE had posted a video post SmackDown of him kind of walking backstage, kind of shaking hands with, just getting his dabs from different people on the SmackDown roster, kind of giving, standing toe to toe with the champion.
Yeah.
Good for him. Shout out to Mustafa Ali.
Too. That was good. That it wasn't just let's bring this 205 guy up and just have it be a squash match. He actually got offense in.
Yeah, I know you guys talked about it a little bit when we first dove into this, but is there a few other guys you could see coming up, just to be integrated more into having matches on the main roster?
Cedric,
if this is something they're going to do.
Yeah, Cedric for sure.
Oh yeah.
Buddy,
Champ,
Buddy. What about some of the smaller guys like Jack Gallagher and
I think
Tozawa?
I think they tried Gallagher in Tozawa. It didn't work out. Like Tozawa got over, but Vince can.
And I guess they've introduced Lucha House Party.
I would like to see Hideo and DB, but that's.
Ooh.
I know DB wants that. That's been like a.
That would be cool. And I mean, roast me in the comments as I always say, but Hideo has yet to show me much.
Yeah.
In the sense, I like a reason to want to see him fight.
No, he
somebody?
had a wicked match, like fucking.
Since his comeback, because it's kind of bad for me.
We watched it.
I know, but I'm trying to think.
It was him and Mustafa, actually.
Oh yeah,
it's a fucking really.
Was it
good
Takeover?
It was on a 205.
I think that was
it was just on.
Remember when we were watching that highlight video? Mustafa did the 540 through the table.
Through the table, yeah.
Damn,
okay,
I remember that was really good.
I don't know. It's more just. It's my perception of him, because since I've come back into wrestling, he's been hurt, like bad timing. Like as soon as I got in, I think he was being pushed, and then he got hurt, and then he got called up, and then he got hurt, and then
he's had a weird time here.
Yeah, I feel bad for him, and I mean myself going through 2 shoulder surgeries and knowing all the bullshit that can happen with that. I give him mad respect there.
Yeah, it's fucked up to think. Like I remember when he signed, like because I think this is when the whole thing kind of. I think it was like him, Owens, Balor, and Neville.
Yeah.
And it's just like he went through such a shit show of the ups and downs, injuries, and everything.
A lot of those guys, fuck.
I'm glad he's still around. Like I'd like to see the guy do well.
Who was that again? Sorry, Owens, Neville, Balor.
Owens, Neville, Balor. Yeah.
Those.
And they were all in New Japan, were they not?
Owens wasn't. No.
Didn't Owens wrestle in?
No, not Owens. Well, I mean, he had matches with some of the.
He might have had matches over there. Or something.
Okay, maybe that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, maybe because of their deal, right?
Yeah, with ROH type thing.
I don't think Neville was in there though. Not Neville at all.
He was in the other Dragon
he's wrestled there. I know he's wrestled there.
Yeah. Either way, they all kind of have that Japan shine to them more than some other guys. But did you guys get a chance? Sorry to jump all around, but did you see the rap battle?
Fuck, you know what? I seen a little piece of it actually.
Ice Shamey.
I watched the segment that they uploaded to YouTube. I skipped.
You clicked that one.
I clicked that one because I skipped the bar segment because I figured that would be cringe. I didn't want to watch that, but I watched all the Usos and they spit.
Yeah, they did spit some pretty good, you know, rap.
Yeah, I seen it in the top 10 thing that WWE does. That's the only bit of it I seen. I
thought the Ice Shamey was, I mean, pretty cringe, but at the same time, it was supposed to be like hokey and I don't know. Yeah. They got a shout out from Vanilla Ice on Twitter, so I thought that was pretty cool.
The Usos in this fucking battle gimmick, man. Fuck. They battled the New Day at one point too.
Yeah, didn't they lose to the New Day?
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I know Wale was a judge, but I like the Bar though, man. I like them as wrestlers.
I was just about to say I like them when they're having wrestling matches. I can't say the same.
I didn't see any of the. I just I seen this little top 10 clip. I didn't watch it on purpose though. I have no interest in watching a battle between Usos and the Bar.
Yeah, I hear. I watched it just because I watched SmackDown and it was on. If I was looking at clips, I can't say I would have clicked that one. So I don't blame you guys there. But Miz and Shane doing their thing again backstage. More of the same. This is. I got to be honest. And, you know, anybody who listens to our show knows I'm a big Wade Keller guy, and he's not a fan of this. And, you know, this is something that I don't agree. I love this. Yeah. I think this is fucking wicked. I like when stuff happens every week.
Mm-hmm.
even when it's not the best, I think because I've been a more current wrestling fan, quote, current being like I didn't watch in the 90s and the higher times that it was more popular. I forget what I was going to say completely. Oh, no, I like the fact that they do it every week. Yeah. And it's even when it's what I was going to say was here, this is what it was. Even when it's not a good, like amazing hook you in storyline, at least it's consistent.
Yeah.
And it's not changing every other week. I like that we're getting these, we don't know what's happening. Is this leading to a Mania match? Like, I'm actually starting to think that might be where they're going.
I told you, don't be surprised if they get those tag belts at one point.
I mean, but Shane is slowly becoming more of a heel every week. And like even this week with Miz extending the hand to shake and Shane fucking walks away. I don't know. All I can say is I do like it. I don't know how much my opinion matters, but I mean, that's why we're here on the Pro Wrestling Lookback, is to just give our opinions. So I like this, and I'm curious to see where they go, whether it be a Rumble match or a WrestleMania feud. Or
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested to see where it goes. It's very like unpredictable, because you never know if Miz could get sprinkled into some stuff with Daniel Bryan later on, so it's cool. I like that. I like the unexpected factor.
Yeah, I gotta agree with him there.
Yeah, fair enough. Not much else to say about the Miz and Shane?
No.
Other than the fact that, just it's related to, but when the two guys Miz hired to beat up Shane come backstage, here's we're gonna ask for payment. Paige just rips up the sheet. Like, they performed on your show. You can't just not pay them.
Yeah, Paige just. Well, I think it was more the fact.
See this.
Yeah, because the guys who Shane beat up, because they had a tag. We didn't really talk about it. Anybody who watched the show, or anybody who listened to us, probably watched the show. They beat up these jobbers, or Shane beat up these jobbers, and Miz's theory behind it was he didn't want to help because he knew Shane could do it. He just had to get it out of him, just get that fire out of him, get that desire. So, he paid off these guys to come out and get their asses kicked, basically, and they wanted to get paid, like Will said, and Paige was like, "No, get the fuck out of my office. What are you doing? Like, I'm not paying you shit." So, because Miz had set it all up, right?
Oh, fuck.
And then Shane came backstage and talked to Miz and, was like, "What was that all about?" And that's when he explained why he did this and extended the hand, and, Shane left him hanging. We had a weird little, I don't want to talk much about it, but I just thought it was a weird combination. Jeff Hardy and Rusev versus Shinsuke and Samoa Joe. I know that it's just two feuds.
Yeah.
Tag team match, but to me, Shinsuke and Joe on a team together, because of all the stuff I've watched in NXT.
It doesn't matter.
Is just, I know it doesn't. It doesn't, and I don't expect it to matter, but it's still, when I looked up at the TV and is that Joe and Shinsuke tagging? Well, that's a little weird. I'm not used to, first of all, Joe's character, I have a tough time tagging with almost anybody.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Not to be trusted, definitely.
Yeah, I and let alone, I mean, Shinsuke isn't a babyface anymore, but still, I don't know. It didn't work for me, but that is what it is. And
but the Rue with the big pin, no? Didn't he get the pin here? Did he?
The Rusev?
Yeah.
I think so. I don't know if...
Yeah, he pinned the champ, I'm pretty sure, which I assumed would lead to a match at Sunday.
Yeah, are they having a match on Sunday? We're going to preview TLC
Probably.
later. I would say that they're most likely having a match for the U.S. Championship, so we'll get our predictions after.
These guys are fucking killing me with the too little too late stuff. I feel like Rusev might just get the belt, though, too, like, honestly, at this point. And it's like, that's another one, like, why didn't we pull the trigger fucking last summer? Or last Mania, whenever the fuck.
When the whole crowd was chanting Rusev Day?
Yeah, man, just just roll with it.
Lana, too, they've kind of killed her character. I don't know what she is anymore.
Yeah.
Like, she's just her.
Yeah.
She might as well be CJ Perry. Like, they might as well drop
and
Lana.
And they've done nothing with Aiden since they split him up.
Oh, yeah. I don't...
He got his ass kicked, and then that was it.
Well, Aiden goes... I think Aiden, Ty Dillinger, Shelton Benjamin...
they should form a crew.
Well, I think all these guys, they're playing poker with the APA in the back, because that's kind of what.
Well, can we at least get those segments? You know what I mean? Like, fuck.
That's what I feel like they're doing. So
Social Outcasts too.
Yeah, man.
Not
really. It could be a little more serious with Benjamin leading the herd.
Yeah.
I could see Benjamin running a fucking.
Yeah.
Come on, give me some shit. Use the guys. They're talented
It's exactly
guys.
what Will said. It's fucking Social Outcasts 2.0. Mike Bennett put him in. Or no, he's on 205.
Shelton Benjamin, though? Come on.
Oh, I like Shelton. I
like
just
a good leader.
Yeah.
Again, and this always goes back to me talking about Wade, but do they pay these people and pay to fly? Like Shelton Benjamin, they pay him to fly to, Alabama for a Tuesday night SmackDown to sit in the back and do nothing. Or one of these segments where they've got, everybody comes out on stage when they're, talking about a match or a passed away wrestler or something like that. Preferably, the passed away wrestler is kind of more warranted, but when everybody comes out on stage, it's like, oh yeah, there's Zack Ryder.
Look at him, he has a beard now. Where's he
I
been?
forgot about him. Like,
Remember Mojo Rawley?
yeah, like these guys that are there, but they're not there.
Yeah. I think they should either start, like, I don't know. I don't want to get too complainy or into it, really, but, like, use the guys or just get rid of them. Like, certain guys you can just get rid of.
Yeah.
Just cut them. I don't know what's the fucking obsession with WWE keeping everybody. They don't cut guys anymore. It's weird.
Well, this is going back to what we talked about at the very beginning of the show. They don't want people leaving.
What's going to happen if Mojo Rawley... Is Mojo Rawley going to light up the fucking ROH scene if he leaves WWE?
IWGP Heavyweight Champion.
Oh, my God. Dude, it's just like... It's crazy to me. I remember, like, every a few years back, like, I feel like after WrestleMania season, they would always release a bunch of people that they weren't doing stuff with, cut. Like, that's originally how I think Drew and Jinder got let go, was during that big
once a year
bus flip.
Yep. They talk about that, but I don't know if that's happened in the last 2 years.
But we need
Well,
one.
they had one. I think in 2016. Remember they cut Alex Riley in like one of the NXT releases.
Oh, poor Alex Riley, Mr. Riley.
Everyone else just gets fired or quits. Like they don't do like fired for a specific reason. Like
yeah, they need
not
to
like a
they
mass.
need to bring back the bus flip.
I don't think they can do it anymore, because
Why
if you
not?
look at the amount of talent they have on each show, especially in segments and are on screen or backstage, there's only like 2 or 3 guys actually aren't on the show.
But it's so weird they have these guys not even like utilize them, especially a guy like I'm kind of wandering into it, but Benjamin, man, I feel like to have a guy there who's so experienced, I would have thought that they brought him in to help put over guys, like kind of like Jeff Hardy does. Like Jeff Hardy kind of puts over the future talent, like the Nakamura's and the Samoa Joes. I'm surprised like they don't have Benjamin doing a little more of that type stuff.
I don't think they can do that with him, because he was never as big as Jeff Hardy. He was never a world champion, so it's not like you can give them the rub, right?
Yeah.
It's just a guy that got experience to kind of team them up so that they get a bit more experience, and that's the best that they can really do with him.
He's still like a notable worker, I would say, though.
He
Like,
is.
yeah, definitely not as big like to a Jeff Hardy level.
He could definitely be mid-card fighting for the title.
Yeah.
I could definitely see that, and he is misutilized in that sense, but I would still say he's not a Jeff Hardy, right?
No, definitely not. No. But I like him. Fuck. Shout out to Shelton Benjamin. Let's get that motherfucker on TV.
I was going to say that that definitely sparked a little more Shelton Benjamin talk than I had planned. Shout out to Shelton.
And look at the guy. Looks like he looks better than half the fucking roster. Eh? Like use the guys, man. Fuck.
Shout out to that. Take me back to WrestleMania 21, 2005. And Shelton Benjamin runs up the ladder and clotheslines Chris. I think it was Chris Jericho or somebody off the top.
Yeah.
I think that was the first time anybody had ran
Yeah.
run up the ladder that way.
Well,
And I don't know. This is totally off topic, but when you say Shelton, that's one of the first things I think of is that, or the super kick of obviously.
Yeah. Well, I think he was notable for that. After that, like he was doing all these cool spots every year in the Money in the Bank matches.
Yep.
He was the spot guy.
Yeah, before Kofi.
Before
kinda.
Kofi, the Kofi.
That's a good point.
That's another dude that deserves a bit more. Like he's definitely in the top of the
Kofi?
tag team, but Kofi, like they could singles run.
I agree too, but if
That's
we're
another
gonna
one
pick,
they missed the boat on,
if
man.
we're gonna pick somebody, it's got to be Big E out of those guys now. Like Don said, I think they missed the boat.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying he couldn't have a run. I just, if you're gonna pick somebody out of New Day at this point,
Yeah, no,
in
Kofi.
my opinion, it's Big E.
Kofi's like is a weird one, but he is like to me, he was very much like the Black Dolph Ziggler, like a good guy that could fucking work, mid card level guy. Like they were very equal at one point.
Has he ever been a heel, like as a single star?
No, no, not as a single.
No,
I know he always wanted
in
to
New
be.
Day at points, but yeah. Okay, well, back to SmackDown. We'll get back on track here. Before we go, I think we'll go into a little bit of a break, and then we'll come back with our more best of 2018.
Yeah,
especially to get Will's opinion. I'm excited about that. But to finish off, pardon?
I got lots of opinions.
Okay, perfect. Because we'll be back with that. But before we go, the main event of SmackDown. Asuka versus Charlotte.
Yeah, that was the main event, right? Okay.
A rematch from WrestleMania.
Ooh.
And they built it up properly. I don't know, because I know you guys didn't watch SmackDown. The beginning of the show, this isn't related to the main event fully, but the beginning of the show was, I don't even know how to explain it. It was, they had a narrator talking over, hyping up what this is what's on the show tonight. Oh, nice. We've got Daniel Bryan against Mustafa Ali, and then Charlotte and Asuka in a rematch from WrestleMania. It was cool, man. I really like when I'm watching a wrestling show, which I fucking watch every week, no matter what at this point, especially because we're doing a fucking podcast about it. But it's making me like, oh, okay, this is they're giving me a reason as to why I sat down at 8 o'clock and I chose to watch SmackDown. I'm going to get this match between Daniel Bryan and Mustafa.
Yeah.
I'm getting a rematch at WrestleMania. I'm getting, I can't remember what else they advertised for the show, but
the rap battle.
Yeah, that was probably what it was.
Definitely the rap.
You know what I mean? The other thing I was thinking in my head was Ronda Nia face to face, but that was on Raw the night before, which, like we said, to their credit, Raw was much better this week than previous weeks. But yeah, I liked that. I liked hyping up the main event this much and getting me excited for it. Before the main event happened, we had Becky in a backstage segment. I can't remember too much of what she said, but she was going to go out there and watch on commentary, or not on commentary, sorry, just and watch. I was going to say I know I'm jumping all over the place, but I liked the fact that she wasn't on commentary and she was just watching.
Oh yeah,
yeah. It was different. You know what I mean? Let her be her own thing right now and just kind of watch the match for what it is.
Yeah, she would have been good on commentary.
For sure. I'm not saying I don't like.
But yeah, no, that might have taken away from things too. Yeah,
you know what I mean. Yeah. It was kind of cool, and it was a good match. I don't remember how long it went, but it was good to have those two go for a decent amount of time on SmackDown. And
who won it?
Charlotte kind of pulled the same page that she pulled on Ronda, so she pulled out the kendo stick and beat up Asuka a little bit. But then Becky got involved. I think Becky was walking away and then turned around and might have attacked Charlotte, but then Asuka attacked Becky, and the crowd went wild for Asuka.
Yeah.
They were really, I mean, as much as Becky's over right now, I think they might put the title on Asuka, and if they do, I don't think the crowd's going to be too disappointed with it.
No, I don't think so. Yeah. I don't think they'll be disappointed. Yeah.
I don't think so. Well, they need to do something if they want this. If they want this Ronda versus Becky, and they're still having the Women's Royal Rumble, they got to do something with one of them having the belts.
Yeah. No, that's very true.
Yeah. It's hard to say as to what could happen with all that now. But I have a theory that I think that regardless, we are going to get Becky and Asuka at the Royal Rumble in a one-on-one scenario. Regardless of what happens here, whether Becky retains or Asuka wins. I definitely don't see Charlotte coming out on top of the match, but yeah, I feel like that's the direction.
Yeah, Asuka wins TLC, they have a rematch at Rumble.
Yeah, or maybe Asuka, like Becky retains TLC, and somehow I see these two fighting at the Rumble though in a singles match. Yeah,
they do need to fight. It's a match we need to see.
Yeah,
we want.
I want to see that too. Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, I think it was a good match, but I think you guys are right. That's something we'll see at the Rumble, and we'll see what happens this week or this weekend, I should say, coming up here on a couple days from now at TLC. Will, I wanted to get one question from you because I think we talked about this a little bit last week with Tanner, me, and Donovan. And if it's too much before the break and you don't want to get into it, I totally understand. But maybe fantasy book a little bit of the main event picture from Rumble and Mania for me, because I'm curious of your opinion.
Raw or SmackDown?
Just kind of the main event picture, like more who do you think is going to win the Rumble, and then go forward into to whether that's Raw or SmackDown.
All right. Well, from Rumble, I'm going to say, like I said when I was last on here, Drew McIntyre wins, and it's going to be him and Brock Lesnar.
Really?
That's what I'm going to say, because Roman's out. He's not going to be doing anything. I don't think they have any credible threat for Brock to fight and possibly lose the belt to. I don't think he's going to lose it to Braun. Although he could, but I don't think that's going to happen. So I'm going to say it's going to be Drew and Brock at Mania. Whether there's a cash in, I don't know if they have money at the bank at Mania.
No, not anymore. Now they fucking ruined it. Made it its own. You know what's even worse about that, to get off topic, but I feel like Money in the Bank's almost taken the place of Survivor Series as the big four.
Oh yeah.
Jesus fuck.
As bad as that sounds, it's
Yeah,
almost, I think it's true.
They're saying the Big Five now. It's not the Big Four. It's the Big Five for Money in the Bank.
Really?
The fifth one.
Is that you joking? No, you're
No.
kidding.
He's
I'm not.
probably right, and I feel like I have heard that, but Survivor Series just
Money in
isn't
the Bank
a
has
big
been
one.
fantastic in the past couple of years. Like, you have huge matches there.
I can't tell if Will's being sarcastic or not.
I'm speechless.
Ever since 2012 and CM Punk won,
Well, no,
it's
no,
been
okay.
pretty damn big.
No,
I like
see,
the one when the three guys won the belt, and I talked about that last week. When the Shield.
I kind of feel what you're saying because I remember even back in 2012, me and a buddy discussing like the following year how they do these big matches like because there was a trend they were doing that for a few years, but I don't know, I can't remember the lot. Like I remember Braun Strowman winning, but I don't remember what the
Alexa
big...
Bliss and Braun was last year.
Baron Corbin.
Was the year before, and Carmella.
They don't have the best winners, but it's been a good.
No,
pay-per-view.
he's not wrong. It's not that it's always a shitty pay-per-view. I just always liked the idea of having the Money in the Bank match be at Mania and it being 1 year. Like you have 1 year to cash it in.
And at least
from
there's
Mania to
progression,
Mania.
I guess. I can take that away from it, like the good
Yeah.
side of it. Like there's progression. That's one of my big problems with the fucking TLC pay-per-views. I feel like it's just a little thing before the Rumble that nothing's really going to change. Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know?
it does feel like one of those just.
And we'll
filler
get to that when
pay-per-views.
we get to the prediction. But like, what I just feel like it's just here. Like nothing really is gonna major progression in
I'm
storyline.
still personally used to the old school style. What they had before Mania, they had Rumble in January,
Mhm.
Elimination Chamber February, and then Mania.
Yeah.
That felt like everything's happening then. Elimination Chamber felt like something could happen. You had great matches. It was something unique that you only saw once a year.
Yeah.
They had the Rumble that was unique and it felt special. Now it's just TLC, Rumble, then what? Fastlane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They need to find a way to do
Yeah.
more of that shock type value shit towards this time of year because I feel like it's like we have these ideas of where it's gonna go. By the time we're at Elimination Chamber, we already know who's gonna win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'd like to be a little more thrown off around this time of year.
Fair enough.
But yeah.
Fair enough. We'll take a quick little break, and we'll come back with our best of 2018,
Yeah, sounds good.
and maybe some TLC predictions. All right, boys, we back. Part 2 of the Roundtable, episode 16. I think it's the first time we've taken a little break in a little while.
Yeah.
So it's good to change it up, and thanks again for joining us. And then we're going to get into more of the best of 2018. We got into a little bit of this last week with Tanner, but we figured Will knows his shit, and he's here, and me and Donovan didn't give all of our opinions, so why not give more of our best of 2018?
Yeah.
I'm down.
Do you guys have anywhere specific you want me to start, or you want me to just start asking you questions?
Just go right into it.
Okay, so since we didn't get it from Will last week, why don't we get Will's match / wrestler of the year, unless Donovan wants to, let
Let Will.
his
yeah.
known be let his be known again.
Are we talking specifically in the WWE bubble or just overall?
Overall, this is your opinion, your match of the year, wrestler of the year. I know me and you talked a little bit before we hit record about pay-per-view of the year and whether or not we think NXT should be included in that conversation. I would say probably not. But as far as wrestler and match of the year, I think you can go anywhere.
Well,
Because a match is a match,
Mhm.
honest, I could just go take the easy route and say Kenny Omega because he's been on fire for the past 3 years.
Yeah.
I could take the easy route. I could say Seth Rollins because he's been carrying WWE on his back. AJ Styles. I could say all of them, but I feel like they're the easy picks and the ones everyone else is going to say.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to say Hiromu Takahashi because
Okay.
since the start of this year, dude's been on fire.
Now-
He carried Best of the Super Juniors by himself. He's gotten more over than anyone else in New Japan right now. Like
Now,
he is.
excuse my ignorance, but Takahashi is which one? Tanahashi is like
Takahashi is the time bomb.
Yeah. You
the
like
time,
him.
the
You
time,
like
the
it, yeah.
time splinter, like the
No, not the time bomb. The ticking time. He's got the red hair. He's got the color like airbrush jacket.
Okay, I think I've seen him, but I'm not too
He's got the
familiar
little
with.
pet. He got pet animal Daryl.
Okay, yes,
Yeah.
okay. You know, it's funny that you say that now. As soon as you said the pet animal there, I actually have a picture with Takahashi, me and Takahashi, and he's looking like it was at the ROH World of Worlds in May when I went there with Mike D. Shout out Mike D. And I took a selfie with him in the background, and he looked over at me as I took the selfie. So I don't know. As you talk a little bit more about him to the listeners, I'll see if I can pull that picture up for you.
Yeah,
especially with their finals and the Best of the Super Juniors. They went crazy. It was the only other like past 5-star match that wasn't like Kenny Omega and Okada. It was like 5.5 stars. The dude took a Hurricane Rana down concrete stairs.
Oh, jeez.
Jesus, we might have to pull that up and show me that later.
Like it was fantastic. Like I don't know how he got so over with the Japanese crowd. Like he got crazy over.
There's the picture. I'll post it. Maybe I'll post it on our Instagram story so I can show anybody who's listening. But that's the picture of me and him.
That's jokes.
So I feel bad for not remembering his name. But there's a lot of different Japanese names, especially for somebody that doesn't watch New Japan on a regular basis.
And apparently he might be coming back sooner than you think.
So he's been gone for a little while?
Yeah, he broke his neck.
Oh my God.
But apparently
on the concrete Hurricane Rana?
No, it was from against Dragon Lee.
Oh shit. Okay.
It was he botched a move, landed on his back bad, broke his neck. But apparently he says he might be coming back soon. Like December or January. Which is crazy because they said he'd be out 12 months and he's like, it's been 6.
Wow. And I'm gonna come back with a broken neck.
Yeah.
Shout out to him. That's awesome. How about match of the year? Anything stick out to you? Like I said before, WWE, NXT, ROH, PWG, whatever.
I'd say the WWE. I'm going to go with the NXT match.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Almas and Gargano.
That's a good one, and that's another one we talked about before we went on air. What about if I'm going to make you pick a WWE match? What's it going to be?
That's a toughie.
That's a tough one, eh?
That is a tough one. Damn. Like, for main roster specifically?
Mm-hmm.
That's when
I know.
Oh,
I know it was pretty recent, but
coming back.
And I think I talked about it. I can't remember exactly all the ones I said last week. I mean, a week is only a week ago, but I liked AJ and Brock again, or sorry, Daniel and Brock.
That was good.
I really liked the story they told in that match.
That was very good, but I just didn't feel like it stood out to me. It felt like it was just another Brock match.
I got a couple for you guys on the tag side if you want to. Just because they were earlier in the year.
It was definitely higher than most Brock matches.
Well, hold on. Was the New Day and Usos Hell in a Cell this year?
No, that was
previous.
I think that was last year.
But I got on the tag side of things, man. This shit, I don't know if you guys were. I was huge on these matches in particular. Wasn't the Hardys and the Bar? They had that Iron Tag match. I remember that. I really enjoyed.
Yeah, I can't remember what
that was so
that was
much
that.
earlier in the year, but I really enjoyed that.
Mm-hmm.
There was a good feud too.
Me and Will were watching some of the just YouTube clips, best of the year and stuff like that, and it is fucking crazy to think how much stuff they do in a year with no off season.
Yeah,
like the fact that there is no off season just makes the year, seem so big. Like it's I don't know. No, it's not news to anybody, but
are we gonna just go back to what we were just talking about? Is 205 in that list, or are we just only talking Raw and SmackDown?
No. I was opening the floor up to almost any match in professional wrestling. I was more just curious because I know you gravitate more to wrestling that isn't necessarily the main Raw SmackDown product. So I was just curious what match from that stuck out to you.
Okay,
but
is 205 live in that list, or is it just Raw SmackDown? Because that's going to change the answer.
Okay, well, give us a Raw and SmackDown one. Not Raw and SmackDown, but from Raw and SmackDown, and then a 205 as well.
Yeah, sure. While we got you here.
Well, one that sticks out in memory, I wouldn't say it's like a fantastic or phenomenal match that everyone should go watch, but it was just one that sticks out in memory was the recent McIntyre and Angle on Raw.
Oh, yeah?
As far as a good match or just the story?
It was kind of both, because I felt that was something they didn't really do. Like, they had Kurt Angle, Drew McIntyre won with an ankle lock on Kurt Angle.
Yeah, Don's laughing at me because that's my problem. You just said it there, man. Kurt Angle tapping out is not.
I know that doesn't.
I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah, you're not a fan of that, but it made sense story wise. Think of it, it made sense story wise, and they don't do that. They don't make. Well, let's make a storyline set.
He's making some good points. I don't know how much.
I'd have to go back and watch.
If you go back and watch the match and you see Kurt Angle tap out to his own ankle lock, you're like, what? What just happened? This just happened on Raw? What?
Yeah. And it does put Drew over huge, and they are pushing Drew. Have we seen Kurt since this?
No.
Apparently, he's going to be on one of the Raws upcoming in Sacramento.
Well, are we? I mean, this is totally not 2018 best of, but is he going to take over if Baron loses at TLC?
No.
Is he going to come back and be the GM?
No.
Drake Maverick, 2 shows.
Hulk Hogan. brother.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you've been saying that, Donovan.
Yeah, give me Hogan, give me Sting. I'm a nostalgia guy.
Fair enough.
I have a fucking idea though. Sorry,
for it. No,
totally off
shoot.
topic. But like, man, enough with these bringing the guys back and just throwing them out before stuff. Save the fucking moments. If you want to bring Kurt Angle back, put him in the Rumble and do not announce it. Have Drew McIntyre be shocked. What the fuck? And have them do a thing in there. That's a good idea. From me. That's a freebie. You can have that, WWE.
You heard it here first at PW LookBack. So those are pretty good, I guess. Good choices. Did you give us a WWE choice?
For Raw SmackDown, other than that
You're
one,
struggling.
yeah.
I feel you.
I think you gotta like really go honestly, because that even that Hardy's when I said maybe like just look back so much earlier in the year too.
Yeah,
I think we're also everything that's going on now, the whole DB Becky type of.
You know what? I'm just gonna say the Royal Rumble.
The Rumble itself, the one that
Rumble itself.
Shinsuke won.
Yeah,
It was much better than years previous.
It was a good Rumble.
It was.
And I gotta say again, well, not off topic, but I'm looking forward to doing some look backs of the Rumble. So
Yes.
yeah.
we're gonna get you
With
in
you
here,
too, yeah.
Will, and we're gonna do that soon. We wanted to do one this Sunday, but fucking TLC's again. So we're gonna watch TLC instead of doing a look back. But yeah. So what about feud of the year? Does anything? And Donovan, we can jump in on this one now because we're starting to get into questions that me and you didn't answer last week. So
True. Yeah, we didn't really.
if there's anything that jumps out at you, I have a couple. Nothing. I mean, these might not be more popular with some people, but I enjoyed AJ and Shinsuke. I genuinely did. The turn shocked me.
AJ's been in some just good feuds this year in general, like even with Samoa Joe.
Yeah, and that was. I mean, they did some risky stuff in
And
that.
now
feud.
he's got this stuff with Daniel Bryan now. Like
I don't think that feud's gonna last too long, though. I got to be honest. I feel like it's gonna be over after TLC.
Yeah.
We'll
see.
I don't want to go too much down that road right now. We'll get into the TLC predictions later, but anyway, I was just saying that the AJ Shinsuke, I talked about it on previous episodes, but I bought in. I haven't bought into a feud in that like that in a long time to the point where, I was so upset when Shinsuke turned on him, man. It was like I was 5 years old again, and I'm watching it like, no, my guy. You know what I mean? So I have to say that because that did it for me, that feud. And another one that's I just liked because I don't know if it was because I know that they're friends outside of wrestling, but Nia Jackson and Alexa Bliss, I thought they did a really good job together. I know they crossed some borders with bullying and shit like that this year, but
No, fuck that.
yeah, it was fine. I liked that match and
Yeah.
that feud. So.
Yeah.
It was good.
Forgot
They
about that
did
one.
good.
See, that's what, there's things I forget.
Yeah.
I don't know. It might not be over, but it would happen earlier in the year. I want to give credit to the Daniel Bryan Miz feud because that was good.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And their match at SummerSlam, I personally enjoyed. I know from critics on other stuff I've listened to, like some people were fans of it, some people weren't. Do you guys remember it? Like, were you into it? I personally really liked that match.
It was good.
Yeah,
They did a really good job. People thought they were going to go farther in
I was
Mania.
it was
Just-
long too.
About
Long
to
match.
say. Wait, are we talking about Miz and Daniel Bryan?
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I was going to say, I thought that oh, you meant this year's Mania. Sorry. That's what I was going to say. I thought that they were going to extend this. I really thought that we would still be having this feud happening now.
Yeah.
I think we're going to get more Miz Shane stuff, unfortunately, going into Mania and post Rumble, but we'll see. I wouldn't be opposed to having a babyface Miz and a heel Daniel Bryan.
Mm-hmm.
Give me something different.
Flop the rules. I like it.
Yeah. Anything else for you guys that jump out feud of the year?
I wouldn't say Becky Charlotte. It wasn't really a feud. Or was it?
It's definitely turned a lot of heads, and we talked about Becky last week, and she was in my conversation for Wrestler of the Year.
Yeah.
As far as just, like I said, she's relevant. Nobody's been more relevant than her in the last, couple years, I would say. But yeah, I don't know. We can move on to other ones if you guys don't have them. If nothing's jumping out too much, then clearly,
The
we
only
talked
thing
about.
things haven't jumped out too much is there hasn't been too much that jumped out at first.
That's fair.
I was just trying to think earlier on, but
Yeah. No, it's all good. That's why I was saying AJ and Shinsuke. That I liked that one, and even the Nia Jackson and Alexa Bliss. It was kind of in the past. So, what about pay-per-view? Was there a pay-per-view for you guys that stuck out?
I think wasn't Backlash this year really good?
You'd have to refresh my memory. I'm not. 2 for
fact checks here.
The
I'm
fact.
just gonna look up some other stuff too. But pay-per-view that jumps out at me. I don't know off the top of my head that I can safely say a whole pay-per-view.
Evolution.
That was going to be my pick. So I
Yeah?
was just kind of I was going to see what you guys had to say first. I liked Evolution because I liked the whole feel of it. And I didn't. If you would have told me that going in, that it was going to feel more like a house show and that I was going to like that, I would have told you were fucking wrong. And even when the show opened, I was like, this is weird. It doesn't look like a pay-per-view in WWE. It looks more like they're broadcasting a house show or a special event or something like that. But I really enjoyed that pay-per-view. I thought bringing Nikki Bella back maybe wasn't everybody's idea of a good main event, and I know the pay-per-view had been leaked or whatever. Part of it had been leaked in that picture of the matches, but for me, it did it. It did the trick.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
That was when Becky won the belt, right?
Yep. That was the night Becky won the belt. That was the night. The only thing I didn't like about that pay-per-view was the tag team match with Trish, Lita versus Alicia Fox, and Mickie James. I talked about it on one of the previous episodes. I just thought that they should have kept those singles matches, but then everything that happened with Alexa kind of changed that. And then Alicia Fox got thrown in, and that wasn't my favorite. But overall, I think for how much Evolution was hyped up going into it, it delivered for me, and it was probably the one pay-per-view that stands out more than other ones.
Not Crown Jewel.
No, certainly not fucking Crown Jewel. That's for sure.
The greatest Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I was just looking at some of them.
You know what? Shinsuke and AJ's match at Greatest Royal Rumble would be one of my favorite matches of the year. I got to be honest. So I can't speak to that whole pay-per-view, but the match that they had there, I enjoyed. I'm trying to get some fact check on your backlash here. I think, what was it, Roman and Samoa Joe?
Oh,
It could have been Roman.
Yes, it was. Yeah, it was. I remember that. That was the main event.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, that was definitely the main event. Yeah.
I don't know, man. This whole, and this is not, I mean, I guess this is part of 18, the best of, in the sense that this is the worst of. I hate the dual brand pay-per-views. I fucking hate it. They
are very long and very drawn out.
It's not even that. I just why can't we just wait?
Sorry, wait. Do you like them separate or together?
Separate.
Okay.
But at the same, I want it to be, and I've talked about this many times, do it like it was in 2005. Have a pay-per-view every other month and switch them. Have a Raw pay-per-view in June, a SmackDown pay-per-view in July, and a dual pay-per-view in August, and then keep that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go forward. You don't need 2 pay-per-views a month like it was last year, because
that gets a month.
No, I prefer the dual brand pay-per-views once a month than, 2 we had 2 pay-per-views a month almost all of 2017, which was, I guess that's a lot of pay-per-views, but it's a little much. It's a little much for me. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, I do agree with you. I like the every other month and then the one together. I agree with you. That gives them a lot of time to get stories in check.
Mm-hmm.
I think the whole problem they were having was remember when they were doing it before, we would get some of the pay-per-views would be ugh, it's like a Raw match, or it's like a SmackDown match. It was just they weren't. You definitely could do more with it. Because there's a ton, we talked about guys they don't utilize, you know what I mean? They definitely could make that work a little more. As in the past, what I used to love about that shit was that, let's say Raw had the month, that pay-per-view. On SmackDown, we get a chance of maybe seeing a WWE title match or a tag title change hands or some exciting stuff happen over there. Because they got to compete with these guys doing a pay-per-view. Exactly.
No, I'm fine with that. That's how it was for me growing up, going into it. But, yeah, Don, so any pay-per-views for you? 2018 pay-per-view of the year. If you got to pick one, what's it going to be?
No, I don't. Nothing jumps out at me, dude. I honestly don't even have.
Gotta be
no, but I was looking at a list. There's not though. I can't safely say that there was an entire pay-per-view. Throw some at me. I was trying to look at a whole pay-per-view that I really, really enjoyed.
No, but it's not. No, I'm not asking you which pay-per-view you enjoyed. I'm asking you out of the ones that took place this year, which one was the best?
That's what I'm saying. I don't have a solid answer for you. Honestly, that's my answer. I don't have one.
Don shoots hard on WWE.
I was gonna say that's pretty wild, man.
No, I have matches.
I know, but I just.
Throw some at me. I'm trying to look them up here.
If
you have any, Backlash didn't.
Yeah,
jump
like
out at me. SummerSlam.
the Royal Rumble, like the actual not the greatest one, or any of the super shows, like the Super Showdown, or any of that kind of stuff.
It's just I'm having a hard time remembering all the matches. So
Money in the Bank.
SummerSlam wasn't bad because I think a lot of stuff came to a head at SummerSlam
this year,
as I remember.
Yeah, more than previous years, that's for sure. Okay, yeah, no, I'm just kind of was curious if anything.
But no. When you're saying as a pay-per-view, like for me, I'm thinking the entire card up and down. I was like, super into.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna go pick a NXT or outside of the company. I'm thinking main.
Well, yeah,
main show. Mm-hmm. SummerSlam, I guess if I had to pick one, I would probably say SummerSlam.
Yeah, and it was pretty good this year, like you said. There was more.
Even if there was stuff I wasn't a fan of, there was definitely a lot more progression. I feel like because I remember that's where the whole thing with Becky and Charlotte, the whole turn thing.
Yep.
And, DB and Miz, which I was a fan of, Roman and Brock, and then we had Braun get involved. So Nia and I believe Alexa Bliss took place there. So yeah, there was a lot of progression.
Or was it Nia and Ronda the first time? Was it there? Because haven't they already fought before?
Who did Ronda fight at SummerSlam? No, Ronda. Oh yeah, Ronda fought Alexa Bliss at SummerSlam. Okay. My bad. Yeah, my bad.
We talked about this on another show too. Have Ronda and Nia? They've already had a feud, no?
They had a match at Money in the Bank.
Okay, I was gonna say I know they fought each other, especially because I remember that fucking hip toss that Ronda pulled on her that was outrageous. But yeah, I don't know. I guess we can go into more stuff the year. Not to. Is there anybody that sticks out? Unless you had more pay-per-views.
No, I was just looking at the Royal Rumble year, all the matches, and I'm just all the stuff that's changed and different. Like I go back to
I remember wasn't the
AJ Styles beats Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn in the handicap match.
I remember I wasn't a fan of those dual triple threats at the Rumble.
Yeah,
and we had fucking Kane and Brock
Usos beat Gable and Benjamin for the tag titles. Like this is the stuff that happened a year ago.
Yeah, it feels like it's 5. Gable and Benjamin, especially when you've got Gable, totally gimmick changed 1 year later.
Cesaro and Sheamus defeated Seth Rollins and Jason Jordan.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Shout out Jason Jordan, your boy Don.
Get back here. Get back in the ring. We need him. Kurt Angle's son.
Yeah, perfect little segue. Speaking of younger wrestlers, does anybody stick out to you guys as Rookie of the Year and or maybe Most Improved of the Year?
Okay.
Or one or the other? Me and Will talked about this. As far as Rookie of the Year for me, I would say...
What are your qualifications going to be?
WWE. So somebody who's been called up from a year ago till now.
So I can't say anybody who's come into...
I mean, you can, but I wouldn't...
205 or NXT or like it has to be someone on the main roster, I would say.
For that, yeah. But then you can still say somebody's been the NXT Rookie of the Year.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm like? It's not like I just say don't even compare them. Like take them as their own.
Two separate things.
Yeah. And then I mean, at the same time, if there's somebody that stands out in the fucking whole sphere of professional wrestling that we didn't know of last year, that's now on the scene, I don't know, maybe him.
Yeah. You guys give me some of your thoughts.
I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but Matt Riddle.
Oh yeah,
has come a long way, and I tweeted it last week. And follow me on Twitter if you want. I don't know if we gave our stuff at the beginning of the show at Salsa, but I feel like somebody in WWE knows that I don't like this guy. Cause
yeah, you did talk a little bit about this.
These fucking YouTube videos, man, are awesome.
I'm happy that
they're wicked. Last week they showed his whole UFC career and how he knocked out this guy and how I didn't know this shit, and how he was like the big up and comer. And then
you didn't know his whole.
Not that he I didn't know he knocked out some guy and it was like a big deal, and that kind of shot him up, and then he was on Ultimate Fighter, and then so I don't know. Maybe I'm not going to say he's like without a doubt the Rookie of the Year, but I just mean I'm not sure where he was a year ago, and I don't know if you would have had him here a year later.
Yeah, I didn't expect him here this year.
Because I would expect him to be getting, and I'm pushing forward right now for the people that are listening, which I mean is everybody because we don't have video. He's getting the push in NXT. I think he's going to be competing for that NXT championship or the what is it, the North American title, something like that. You know, more than someone like Punishment Martinez, let's say, because you know I think he's got more potential, and Triple H knows the time is now.
Yeah,
Not to say punishment isn't good. I just think
Ricochet debuted this year, didn't he, in NXT?
yes, he did. I would say that might be debut of the year.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, or did Velveteen Dream debut this year as well?
No, I would
Was
say
that before?
I don't. I mean, if he did,
No,
that would be a shocker to me. I didn't.
No,
know
he
that.
was here last year.
Yeah,
Okay.
What
Well,
about
then
Adam Cole?
I know Adam Cole was.
Was he here last year too?
I think it was nearing the end of the year last year. He
Okay.
he showed up at the end of what match was it? Alistair and somebody. I don't know. I can't remember.
I just wasn't sure if it was
I
this
don't
year.
watch much NXT.
No, I wasn't
so
sure if it was this year or last year.
Yeah, I would not. I wish Mike D was here because I'm not the person, or younger.
Yeah,
But I'm not the person to ask for that.
Yeah, then I'd probably give an NXT to Ricochet.
Yeah,
But he's just a phenomenal guy. That was to be expected that he's as good as he is, and but they've pushed him
Mhm.
the way they have. But Ricochet, it just makes sense. It's a choice that a lot of people would make, I would assume. But on the main roster, I'd have to say Ronda, and I feel like that one's also a kind of a given.
No, I talked about that last week, and I said it might be more in the category of rookie or rather than wrestler of the year. But you're right, Ronda's come a long way. I didn't put her anywhere near. Not that I thought she was going to do shit or anything like that. I don't know how much I expected from her.
When you have your first match at WrestleMania, and then you have like one of the best matches of the night, that's a great way to start your year or your wrestling career. That's fantastic.
Jesus. Sorry, I'm so bad with dates.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ronda's a good candidate for that.
But are we talking Superstar of the Year or debut? Because those would be my debuts.
Those are, well,
Like the rookie-
Superstar,
rookie.
I think we got from you earlier, right? When
Hiromu. Overall, Hiromu.
Yeah.
But in specifically the WWE, it had to be Becky.
That would be Wrestler of the Year for you? I mean, we're jumping all over the place, but I'm sticking right now more to Rookie of the Year.
Okay,
And
rookie.
Rookie / Most Improved, you know what I mean?
All right,
Because-
rookie most improved, I'd give it to Ricochet and Ronda.
Yeah. That's a pretty good pick. I would say for the main roster, myself, I'm going to go with Dolph Ziggler for Most
Yeah, I was
Improved.
just gonna say that.
I think he came a long way with the help of Drew. Rookie on the main roster for me, it's hard because most of the people that get called up don't get to do much.
Yeah.
And then some of the people that are newer again, aren't necessarily rookies. Bobby Lashley and guys like that, right? Rey Mysterio, guys that are
Yeah.
back but they're not rookies. I don't know. I guess that's
That's what I mean. I'm having a tough time with the whole rookie. Other than the obvious Ronda Rousey choice, I was just trying to think of some people that have made a splash on the main show.
Are we counting 205 as a main roster?
Yeah, sure. I mean, Buddy's
Yeah,
done
Buddy
well.
Murphy. Yeah. Like
He-
he was what tagging was he in NXT?
He was with Blake and Murphy.
Yeah,
with
Blake-
Alexa. Back to shout out to Alexa Bliss. I remember watching her. I remember when she turned on them and she they started losing matches and
Yeah.
she finally was like, "Yeah, fuck you guys." And I remember her walking up the ramp and that was it. That was the end of
They split him
being
up.
their
They
valet.
took him to 205 Live and now he's a champion. He's phenomenal.
Yeah. Oh well. I mean, it wasn't that quick. There was a long
Yeah, there was-
stretch
yeah,
there
there
where
was
he
time,
was.
but I'd say he's probably one of the most improved on the main roster. I would say.
No, that's another really good pick. And Rookie of the Year is tough. I mean, when you're not picking NXT, because NXT for me, Rookie of the Year is Matt Riddle and Velveteen. And Riddle, I'm
Ricochet. You mean? Right?
No, he said Ricochet. I never said Ricochet.
Is Velveteen classified as a rookie though? Still? Because he's been around a bit now.
Ooh,
It's a good point.
There's so many rookies this year.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Leo Rush.
I don't know if I'd put him up there, especially with. I don't like the shit he's done with Lashley.
I'm not.
I wouldn't. But I don't know. We can move on from rookie /
I want to give a shout out to Becky on the most improved department because like I said, on the last show, the only reason I can't safely say her as my wrestler of the year is because it's so much towards the end. But if we look at the stuff that's happened, that's definitely a fucking huge improvement. So
Yeah.
for sure.
No, she's come a long way. And I mean, she's probably my wrestler of the year, like I've said many times.
And then I don't know, I can't call Drew McIntyre a rookie, but he's a honorable mention to shout out for someone who's
Return of the year.
Return.
you know
Return.
what I mean, making a splash.
Yeah.
The whole stuff with him and like you said, Dolph. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure. How about a moment of the year for you guys? Is there anything?
Moments of the year.
Yeah, shout out to the LookBack show.
Can an entire match be a moment?
Yeah, I mean, almost anything from Titus O'Neil falling at the Greatest Royal Rumble to the return of Daniel Bryan as an in-ring competitor.
Yeah, that might be
can really be in moment of the year. I've got a bunch that I can. Do you want me to name off a bunch and you guys can?
Yeah. Give me a few. Yeah.
Think of them. So we've got Titus falling at the Greatest Royal Rumble. This was a big one for me. Brock beating Roman in the main event in the last match of WrestleMania. That's in contention for my personal moment of the year. Yeah. Ronda Rousey's debut, Daniel Bryan's return to WWE, Brock Lashley.
Fusion.
Oh, shout out Dragon Ball Z. Bobby Lashley returns, and Rey Mysterio returns. The rise of Velveteen Dream, and the rise of Becky. Those are all kind of, I would say, standout moments of the year, as Donovan would say. I don't know if there's one that sticks out for everybody. One that doesn't, and this is going back for me to feud of the year, and this isn't on the list I just said, but that moment when Shinsuke fucking low-blowed AJ.
Oh, yeah.
For me, that was a big moment. That was a oh my God moment in not a good way. But some of these other ones are really big too. Rey Mysterio coming out at the Rumble, I know we popped like crazy.
Yes.
That feels like it happened last week, and it was a fucking year ago. Shout out to, again, like we said on last week's show, we're going to be doing that special edition Look Back Monday Night Raw post Royal Rumble live. Well, it's not going to be live to tape, but we're going to be doing that. So stay tuned. 1 year of the Pro Wrestling Look Back, 1 year anniversary.
Yeah, big show.
Yeah.
Well, I think there's one moment in that list you didn't list.
Mm-hmm. There's one moment in the list that I didn't list.
Yeah. I'd say that'd be Buddy Murphy winning the championship in his home country. In his hometown.
Home country. There's probably a lot that I missed, but that's a really good one. And that match was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That him and Cedric put on a really good show, and they were given time. They weren't given the opener or the pre-this or the...
Yeah.
It was a good placement of that match as well.
In my opinion, easily could have been the main event of that entire show.
Yeah,
and that was a show with Undertaker on it. And I'm saying that match could have been the main event.
Yeah, and we didn't talk about it, but that's definitely a match that could have been in contention for match of the year. I think so.
I definitely say
as far as athleticism and storytelling goes, which is pro wrestling.
But for moment of the year, for NXT, I want to give it to just an entire match.
Yeah,
I want to give it to the Ciampa versus Gargano.
Which one?
I'd say the street fight.
The whole feud itself?
The street fight, specifically.
Yeah. Is that the one with the knee at the end?
Yeah, the knee at the end.
The handcuffs?
Yeah, the handcuffs. There was the I think it was the air raid or the backbreaker off the boxes through the table.
Oh, yeah, that was insane. Was the handcuffs the last man standing, not the street fight?
I think that was the last man standing where he did the DDT on the...
Yeah. Oh, yeah, on the exposed ring. That was good too.
Yeah.
There's been, like I said before, it's crazy to see how much comes in a year, because holy fuck.
I'm going to go with a random one here.
Yeah.
And shout out to my boy. I was really excited to see Batista back.
There you go.
Yeah, so that SmackDown 1000 appearance was...
You are a massive Batista fan. So.
Yeah, I was going to go with the DB Mania moment because I was huge just hearing him. But I remember reading the news that he was coming back. That was super cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I give that the whole evolution, seeing them together, specifically more Batista, but the whole evolution as a whole. Yeah, that was cool. Good moment.
Yeah, SmackDown 1000.
If we are going to talk about moments, I know that was really a good moment, but I guess you can't have the good without the bad. Roman Reigns. That was a moment.
Yeah, no, and you're right. It's maybe not a good moment of the year, but it's definitely a moment we're going to remember from 2018. Yeah.
That completely changed him and the way people look at him. He's going to come
forever.
back. He's going to come back. People aren't going to boo him.
No. Not at the beginning for sure. I mean, I don't know, we'll see not the person, that's for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not like before where I feel like there was times where the person Roman Reigns was getting booed, not the character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are pretty good. I'm sure I missed a few. I know Drew coming back as well. It was a big moment, and
Can't say the same for old Lashley there, but
no, that's why
maybe he'll turn things around in the new year. Hopefully, I hope so because I like him. But
they fucked him up hard. Nope.
That would be nice. So I don't know. Is there any other stuff for best of the year that you guys thought of? Is there anything else that sticks out in general from pro wrestling in 2018 that you feel?
Well, like I said, I totally off shoot. I think I'm so bad with the days. I feel like when I said that whole Hardy's thing earlier, that might even been the year. I was looking at some shit that might have been before. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, it's okay. We're not experts here, and we just sit down once a week and talk about wrestling. And thanks for checking out the show. But do you guys want to preview TLC? Because I got some other stuff, but I mean, I don't know how long you guys want to go tonight.
Go.
We can go with that, and then maybe save some of the other stuff for next week. There's always another round table around the corner. So, well, before I give you every match, and you guys give me who you think's going to win, can you tell me what you're most excited for this Sunday at Tables, Ladders, and Chairs?
Becky, Charlotte, Asuka.
Yeah, I think that poster of the 3 eyes should have been the poster for the show instead of the Seth and Dean.
Yeah, see, I keep seeing that graphic everywhere, and I'm wondering, those guys is that what's closing the show? I hope not.
Seth and Dean?
Yeah.
No. Well, maybe, though.
And what kind of match? Are they just having a regular match?
They are just having a regular match, as far as I know.
IC title main event.
They are so weird with that shit.
Yeah, okay, so we'll get into we'll go into every match. You can give me your thoughts.
Most excited for...
Oh, yeah, sorry. That's my bad.
Just
in general.
The WWE title match. Yeah.
AJ and
but honorable mention to
Daniel?
the Cruiserweight match. I hope it's on the main show.
Yeah, I don't really have exactly what's going to be on the pre-show, but I hear you. I hope they put that on the main show as well. Anything for you, Will? You want to just go into it?
I'm just most excited maybe Charlotte, Becky, Asuka.
Oh, yeah, you said that. Okay, so I don't have any specific kind of order. I'm just going to list off some of the matches, but we've got the Fabulous Truth, which I didn't realize that was their name. R-Truth and Carmella versus Mahalisha, Jinder Mahal and Alicia.
Is this the final to their Mixed Match Challenge?
Yeah.
That's the final?
Yeah. And who called it?
Oh, my God.
Who called it? Mr. Don himself.
Buy a goddamn lottery ticket.
Check the tape, because Don said it. He said that, it's going to be the joke people in the finals there, and we know that the winners of this match are going to be given number 30 respectively in each of their Royal Rumbles. So now we know, like Don said, number 30 doesn't mean shit this year, and we're going to be looking for number 29, and who gets number 29?
Fabulous Truth wins.
Yeah. Don?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm thinking Fabulous Truth wins, and this is good because I think I actually had this written in my notes, but are we going to get a double dance break? Are we going to get a dance break in both Rumbles?
Why not both Rumbles and the Mixed Match Challenge match? You're going to have 3 in one night.
Oh, no. Well, I mean, the Mixed Match, they might do it I'm sure they'll do it at TLC. I'm sure there'll be one at TLC. But I just mean, I'm sure Carmella's going to stop and do another dance break in the middle of the Rumble.
Yeah, she's going to enter number 30, and it's going to be everyone's down in the ring. She's going to start dancing and then get tossed over.
Yep. That's pretty much how it's going to go. So, yeah, moving on. Like I said, these are not in any specific order, but Braun Strowman versus Baron Corbin. If Baron Corbin wins, he's now the official general manager of Raw. If he loses, he's fired. I don't know.
Could we be so lucky? No,
he's just not the full-time general manager.
Well, I could see Baron throwing some shit in this match.
Do either one of you think that Strowman isn't going to show up?
Yeah, I want to see 50-50 on it, to tell you the truth.
Oh. They can't keep advertising a match just to not... I know card is subject to change, but they've been promoting this for a long time.
I only say that because I seen some picture like a while ago, and he just looked like, I don't know, it's how bad is this injury?
Well, on Raw, they keep playing it off like is he going to come? We don't know if he's going to show up. To me, that there's no way that he's not coming, but I was just curious if you guys...
No, I got one word.
...actually thought that he might not be there.
One word, one...
That's
a little Bray Wyatt. Step it for you. My terrible Bray Wyatt impression.
Yeah, maybe Bray Wyatt will show up. But who do you think's gonna win?
This is such a wide. I think Braun. If he does come, I think we get what I said with. I feel like this Lars Sullivan is going to be Corbin's little guy, and he's gonna help Baron Corbin, and we're gonna get more Corbin on Raw. So I think Baron Corbin wins if Braun shows up. But if Braun doesn't show up, it's over for Corbin. Get him the fuck out of here.
And maybe just have him be a wrestler, or is he gonna join Shelton Benjamin and Ty Dillinger and
Play cards.
play cards in the back with all those guys?
The Lone Wolf Pack.
Yeah, so I think
the call back. Shout out episode. What was that? I don't know, 12,
16. That'd be
13?
14.
Yeah, 14.
No, so my answer really depends on if Braun shows up or not, really. Because if he shows up, like I said, I think Corbin will find a way and he'll win.
Really?
Yeah, I can see him pulling some general manager stuff and saying no DQ and bring out all the heels, try to beat down Braun.
Yeah, I guess we'll see what happens, but I'm expecting Braun to show up and absolutely demolish Corbin.
I could see Lesnar interfering.
Really? See, I think this is our
because Braun
is
getting that Lesnar match. We know that Rumble. That's a match.
Oh yeah, if he wins.
If he wins, that's happening. Yeah, I don't know. I still feel like this is where this whole let's all hate Baron Corbin has been leading. I think that they've been wanting us to hate him, so then when Braun comes and fucking squashes him, everyone's happy.
You know what? This is off topic, but not off topic. But they're fucked because like we've all talked about Brock and keeping the title, but if Braun Strowman comes in, fucks up Baron Corbin, gets his match at the Rumble, and then loses at the Rumble, like, come on. That's the only problem I have with it too.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to see, like, I don't need, that just makes no fucking sense.
Well, you could just beat him at the Rumble, and then Braun's your champion going into Mania.
Yeah, which I'm okay with.
I wouldn't be opposed to it either. I like Brock and the whole thing, but it has been.
You don't think Lars will play a picture in this match here?
I don't know. Do you want me to go into my whole Lars thing, or should we stick to our predictions?
Do it. People want to hear it now.
Yeah, you can give us a little bit of it, maybe.
All right, well, I'm still feeling a little under the weather. Let me get a little tea.
Yeah.
You are? Didn't sound like it in the entire podcast.
No, I am. Trust me. I wouldn't be here if I didn't have to be. But I'm committed to this show, and the tea's getting me through it.
It's your baby.
Oh yeah, it is. But no, I talked about this a little bit with Donovan on Monday, and I think it would be cool if they bring in Lars kind of as the savior of Monday Night Raw. I think it'd be awesome to bring him in and have him help Seth Rollins, maybe in his little scenario with Dean, maybe have him come out there and help Elias, maybe have him help Finn, and just each week. And like back to what I was saying about Shane and Miz, maybe it's not always the best, but if you do it every week, maybe every week this guy helps a different babyface, and he's just getting on everyone's good side.
You think he's going to be a face?
I do, and I don't necessarily want it or think 100%. I just think, why not just throw a curveball, make him a face, and two, who the fuck else is a face on Raw? You got Seth, who's tied up with Dean, unless... Yeah, Bray Wyatt, I guess.
He's at the table playing cards right now.
And who else? We've got, Apollo Crews and Finn Balor, who Finn's kind of tied up with Drew.
Elias.
We'll get to. Yeah, Elias. But I don't know. There isn't really a big baby face, and I don't literally mean big in stature, but I don't know. It might work.
I like your idea. Like, it'd be different. It'd definitely be different.
I like the curveball idea.
Yeah, you could even have him come in and help Gable and Rude and distract. Maybe not a distraction because I don't like those anyway, but just, have him literally come in and be the vigilante, the Batman, the savior of Raw. Because, since we're all talking about and we're acknowledging that Raw's been shit, why don't we have this guy come in and I'm here to save Raw. I don't know what he sounds like, but I think he's got a lift. Save Raw, but I don't know.
Now that you mention him as a babyface, I just have this image in my head of him just going around being like a goofy dude.
That's why I said the teddy bear.
Yeah, Don's got
the funk. This is Tons of Funk Part 2, buddy. Could be.
I can see him running around like a button-up shirt with some glasses on, being just a nice guy after being promoted as just giant monster heel.
That's exactly what Donovan compared him to, in the sense that, Brodus Clay, was that his name?
Yeah.
They brought him in as an ultimate heel, and then he came out as the
Funkadactyl.
Yeah, like they built up those promos, remember? Of fucking him as a killer, and then he shows up fucking dancing.
Funkadactyl. But yeah, that's my theory on Lars. We'll get back to our predictions of TLC here. Ronda Rousey and Nia Jax. Who's winning?
Ronda.
Yeah, it's not time yet, so Ronda.
Unless they throw a curveball and like Nia has so much heat and they want to have this monster heel going that's going to lose at Rumble or Mania, it's going to be Ronda.
Does Tamina or Ember Moon get involved?
Is this just a normal match too?
Yeah, singles match for the women's championship.
No, I think they're going to have a straight match, and Ronda takes it.
Ronda takes it?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I think I agree with you guys there. I don't know why I'm bringing this up now, but this is just the way it is on the list. Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles single match for the WWE Championship. Well, we know it's not going to main event, so we might as well talk about it now.
Why not?
Because the main event, SmackDown doesn't main event pay-per-views. That's just basically not until this whole Fox deal next year.
Have they? No.
I don't think so. Not that I know of.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not anytime recently, at least.
Well, that'll be interesting because apparently Fox wants more viewers.
Oh yeah. Well, I want to talk about that. I don't know if it's going to be this week because we're already going longer than usual. Yeah. But next time you're here, Will, that is definitely on my list of topics to bring up with you. Is the whole dive? We'll dive deep into the whole Fox deal and whether or not it's going to stay there and what they want. Okay. Yeah, we'll go into that. But
I would say D-Bry. They have him as a heel right now. It makes sense to keep the belt on him, give him that fire.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's going to lose it at Mania, the Rumble. I don't think so.
Cheat to win here?
I don't know. He hasn't been quite the cheat to win dude. Like, he hasn't done that. He's just been a heel.
Yeah.
But he hasn't had to resort to cheating to win. Actually, no, I'm lying because he kicked AJ in the balls.
Yeah, and he kicked Brock in the balls to almost win.
So he has been cheating, but he hasn't really done it to, like, it hasn't defined his character. So he might do a low blow again or something.
But we'll see.
But I could see him winning with, like, a leg lock or whatever.
Yeah, I think without a shadow of a doubt, like, he retains for sure.
Yeah.
I don't see any world where AJ gets the title back now. Again, I'm going to throw my boy Lars. Just, I don't know. Maybe
Lars gets involved.
Joins forces with the almighty vegan.
That would be a big heater.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe that would be cool. It'd be different. What about Finn Balor versus Drew McIntyre? Scotland versus Ireland. The battle of the.
I'm gonna say Drew.
Yeah,
they're pushing this dude hard.
I think so too.
Here's a question: are we getting the Demon Balor though?
That's what I said a few weeks ago.
Isn't he sick or something? Wasn't he off Raw because he was sick? He got virus or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know exactly if he'll be. I think we'll get the Demon though. Maybe if we get the Demon, does he win? I'm just gonna be the odd one here, and I'm gonna pick Finn Balor for this. I think Finn Balor will win.
Yeah.
Dolph Ziggler.
I think if we get Finn Balor, he loses. If we get the Demon, he wins.
Yeah. I think this is the hokey. This is the hokey finish though. This is the distract. This is the Dolph Ziggler interplay because Dolph ain't doing much. I don't think he's doing anything.
You're probably right. He probably will distract.
I feel like that's where he comes into play.
Or is this all a ruse and they're pretending to fight just to distract Finn Balor?
I fucking hope not.
That'd be fucking weird.
Yeah, that would not be good. How about the ladder match? Guitar hanging from the top of the ring. Elias versus Bobby Lashley.
That's a thing?
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a thing, my friend.
That's why I was so excited.
And, hey, the best part, if you climb the ladder and get the guitar, you can use it.
Oh, that's why this is my favorite pay-per-view of the year.
Oh, fuck. Shout out Renee
Jeff
Young.
Jarrett, eat your heart out.
God.
Fuck.
Donovan.
Don't lie to us.
The call back to Renee Young there on Raw this week.
Don't
telling
say
us
that to me.
TLC's her favorite pay-per-view ever, and that's why.
It's a great reason.
You know what I think is kind of weird? I feel like these two, and I don't really have, I mean, Bobby Lashley I might have a little bit against now because they haven't done fuck all with him, but I don't have anything against Elias. Mm-hmm. Have they been feuding the whole time?
They feuded a lot, and even, like, when it was the other way around, they were feuding as well. Like, they did something when Elias was the heel, and and I don't like their chemistry, so I'm not looking forward to it.
When me and Will were watching a little bit of we watched a video, kind of 5 minutes of the best of this year, and I totally forgot that's how he made his debut.
Yeah.
That Elias was in the ring as a heel, chirping the crowd, and then we got Lashley's music, and I was like, have they feuded anybody else, or are they just... Because I feel like they've been around each other since that point, since after Mania.
They've always been very close.
Yeah.
Just to go a little bit off tangent here, but now that you mention it, In the past just 2 or 3 months alone, how many people have turned heel?
Oh, a lot. That's why I'm saying lack of baby faces on Monday Night Raw. Especially
there's
with
just been so many turns as of late. Like,
yeah.
it's not even like, oh, okay, past 6 months. It's like in the past 2 or 3.
Yeah, they're trying to shake it up.
Well, we're gonna get one of those too.
Superstar shakeup.
Oh yeah, that's coming right post Mania.
Brought to you by Slim Jim.
That was good. Might have to get Will to read the sponsors when that comes on the PW. Did you guys give me a prediction for that one, or did we just talk about
Honky Tonk Man?
Oh,
No.
man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
The
personally.
guitar.
I'm going with Jeff Jarrett.
Okay, so one for Jeff Jarrett and one for Honky Tonk Man. I'm gonna go with The Rock, I guess. I don't know.
That's a good one. I like that. That's good.
I didn't know who else to say. So, yeah, no. In all realism here, I'm gonna say Elias. I'm gonna say he gets the guitar and bashes it since it's his match.
Yeah. Are we thinking most
Is that
of the
how you
faces?
win? Do you just have to hit him with the guitar,
Or is
you
it just a
get it?
match with the ladder and the
Yeah,
guitar?
yeah. A guitar will be suspended above the ring, and the first to
Guitar
retrieve
and
it
a
can
pole
use
match?
it as a weapon. So I don't know if that's actually, maybe not. It just says it can be used as a weapon, so I would say no.
Oh.
Either way, it's
some Judy
not
Bagwell
the
and a
most
pole match
creative
stuff.
thing. Yeah, not the most
I
creative
just
thing
don't
I've ever
understand
heard
why
of.
their feud needs to have a ladder match, and like the IC title is just like these are the things that just confuse me. But I'm gonna go with Elias. I think he needs it here. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna-
yeah,
Yeah.
same.
I don't even know if he gets the guitar, but I think he'll win the match.
Yeah. Or I could bring out a second guitar and just hit him with it.
And this will lead to the Leo in a cage match, suspended above the ring. You know that's coming. You know that's coming.
Man.
I
You heard
would
it here first.
that actually
coming.
that'd be entertaining
Oh,
to
it's
watch
gonna-
Leo lifted up in the cage.
Man, oh man. Jesus. Okay, Buddy Murphy versus Cedric Alexander for the Cruiserweight Championship in another singles match.
Oh, these two would have a wicked ladder match. Yeah.
They would have a wicked ladder
Goddamn.
match. They would have a wicked stairs match.
Anything match. Yeah.
They would have, you know what they would have a really good, just a ring, like a match in the ring if like they had to use the ring to have a match. But no, in all seriousness, I would say Buddy's probably going to retain. I think this is just Cedric's rematch
Yeah.
clause
I
coming
agree.
into play, maybe not, I don't know. But, you know, have Buddy win and maybe move on to get Mustafa that belt. I know we just gave him a shot on the main roster and maybe he's going to come up to SmackDown, I don't know. But I wouldn't be opposed to having Mustafa have at least a run with that title belt.
Well, if Cedric is losing, which I would assume he is, I'm going to say Buddy's going to win this. Who's the next opponent? Who's next in line?
That hasn't had a shot already?
Yeah, because I mean, you have a bunch of guys on this roster that could easily like compete for that belt, but no one feels like a credible threat in that.
I got an idea, but nobody's going to like it.
I got one too, but I don't know what you guys will
If you say who I think you're going to
Yeah,
say,
he's already-
I know what you're saying.
I'm walking out that door.
Yeah, he's already a
Can you give me that
champion.
one?
Baby.
Boom.
No.
Yeah, that would be, if it was up to me, that's what I would do. But
You know
that's, I don't know.
The dude's 206. It can't compete.
Man, Don's booking
Yeah,
here.
right. Guy's a $170 soaking wet. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know how big he is, but he's not big.
I'd like put Ray against fucking Buddy.
Ray, that'd be interesting.
That's what I want to see happen. I think
Mhm.
that's what they should do, and this will further the division. Another pay-per-view match down, maybe at the Rumble.
Buddy
Those two would
versus
fucking
Ray at the
tear it
Rumble.
up. Yeah, man. That's what I want to see happen.
How long do you see this 205 live thing going? Like, how many years down the line do you think this is going to last?
As long as they drop the live part from the name, I got nothing against it, to be honest. Start pushing some guys on there, make me want to watch it like I've said a million times in the past.
Do we at some point see a third Royal Rumble for the 205?
Oh, I hope not. Because I still think that they should be able, like Don said a million times, they should still want to and be able to compete for bigger belts if they can. But it's like they should be able to enter the regular Royal Rumble, and if they decide one year that Mustafa Ali is in the Rey Mysterio spot from 06 and he's going to win the Rumble, then that's what happens. I don't think you should have a Cruiserweight Rumble, because then you're defining them down and putting a cap on them, putting a ceiling, giving them a ceiling that they can't break through, in my opinion.
And we have seen the 205 guys live in the Rumble before.
Exactly. So that's why I think from a storyline perspective, they should just be able to, if they can get a spot in the Rumble, earn a spot, and win, then they get a shot at the title just like anybody else.
All right.
What do we got next? The Bar versus the New Day versus the Usos. Triple threat.
Bar of the champions, right?
Tag team match. Again, not a ladder match, not a TLC, just a triple threat match.
Oh, it's not?
No.
That's the weird thing.
For the tag team championship.
Even like Bubba Ray on his podcast said that
can't say I know he had a podcast.
Neither did I.
everyone has a podcast.
We
have a podcast.
I mean, if we got one, then yeah, fair enough.
That's correct. Yeah.
He said that he wishes this match was a TLC because he believes if anyone was to surpass their TLC matches that they had, it would be these three guys.
I'm sorry, that brings me to Don Tony, though. That just reminds me of what I listened to this week.
The floor is yours, my friend.
No, it's just because Don Tony had brought up, it's another show, shout out to them. They were talking about this match as well, just saying how, it's like they're trying to recreate the Edge Christian Hardy's Dudleys, but nobody gets nearly as close a fucking reaction. It made me laugh, but I'm surprised it's not a ladder match because all these guys, they would really fucking tear the house down in a ladder match. I feel like that would really. But instead, we get a guitar, so it's all good.
Yeah,
every match has a guitar.
I'm gonna say since all these guys have been champion already, and nothing's really a shock or a changeover, I would say this probably stays the same, and the Bar retain their championships.
I could see
in my opinion.
Yeah, I could see them giving it to the Usos though. I'm gonna say Usos.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with the Bar as well.
Cool. Oh, cool. Okay, so Natalya versus Ruby Riott.
Natalya.
Whew, fuck.
In a tables match. We got a stipulation here.
Neidhart's going through a table.
Hopefully not a Neidhart table. But
something's happened with that table. You know what's happening.
Yeah, I would say I think that Natty's going to win this one personally. I hope the Riot Squad
don't
get involved. The other
Who you want to go first? Because I got an idea. But mine's probably way more extreme than yours.
Okay, give me yours. But I wonder if they're the same. I'm curious. They could be along the same lines.
All right. So TLC, you have a table. Do we get the lighter fluid?
And not if we have Jim on the...
That's what you meant by extreme.
But I don't know, man. All I can say is not if Jim's on that table. Like, that's taking it to another level.
I'm not saying they have to light it, but they can get the fluid on it.
Oh, okay. I mean, maybe.
They could tease it. They've done it before.
Certainly extreme.
I'd only want it to be Burn It Down. I've been saying I want the Pyromaniac Seth Rollins gimmick, so... I don't think they're going to do any lighter fluid. But I have a big theory on this. I think that there's a chance that Natalya could lose. And I think we all expect her to win just because Ruby's been shitting on her, right?
Yeah.
And going after her dead father and stuff.
You think that, like...
But I think maybe she loses... And this leads to now her and Ronda at the Rumble.
Yeah.
That's just what I...
101 again?
No, Natalya. And Natalya, maybe finally turning on Ronda. Not turning, but just
against
being
Ron. I see what you're
just
saying.
Just so fucked up, kind of, that, you know what I mean?
She wants her
She
shot.
lost her dad. She just lost this match. Because Ruby's got the team. I don't know who's going to help Natalya, really.
Do you think she's going to lose because, someone's about to put her, she's about to put someone through a table? It just happens to be the Neidhart table, and she stops, and it costs her.
I just feel like with the girls, the other two Riot Squad, they're gonna play such a part that.
Yeah.
Fun fact: if they were to win, I think that would be their first win on the main roster.
Who's that?
Really?
The Riot Squad.
When on a pay-per-view?
Not, I think their entire time on the main roster.
No, they've won. No, they've won matches.
Is
it?
On Raw and SmackDown,
yeah, they've won,
for sure.
Yeah.
No, they haven't on Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah, no.
They've been on a losing streak since they debuted.
No.
There's no way.
No, man. Ruby's my girl.
Ruby might have won, but Liv Morgan and the other girl
have never.
That I could believe. The other two, I could believe that.
I don't know if you want to fact check that now. Maybe we'll come back later, or maybe next week.
But I know Ruby is
pull it up. Yeah,
got pinfall victories over Sasha and stuff like that when they were doing the many thousands of times that they faced with Bayley and them.
Google.
Yeah, he's just pulling up the highlights of this week's Raw.
I just Googled Liv Morgan and it shows Ruby Riott on the table.
Did we talk about Seth and Dean already?
Nope.
Okay, so do you want to talk about that now? We might as well move on from
this epic fucking main event between Ruby and Natalya. Why? Why would we?
I don't know. So Seth versus Dean in a singles match for the Intercontinental Championship. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that I think Dean is winning this one.
Aha.
And that is only for one reason, and one reason only. I think that is to get the Intercontinental Championship off of Seth Rollins. And whether this feud continues, I don't know. Could they go to Rumble and continue it? Yes. Could they not do that? Yes. I'm not really sure, but I think Dean's winning on Sunday.
I was curious as to, because your stance changed. Like, I feel like maybe you thought he wouldn't earlier. How come but you kind of explained it. Do you think because Seth is on to bigger, better things?
Yeah, it's because of and we haven't talked about it on this show, but it's really because of my whole theories with I really think Seth is going to Mania against Brock, and that's the crowning Seth Rollins moment again.
Nice.
At WrestleMania.
Yeah. We spoke on, like I said to you, I feel like not a lot's going to change, but this is the one, I think there has to be something changing, and all the other title matches I'm pretty sure I've went with I think Dean's going to get it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I also think that he needs it. Like he's done this whole, this turn, and not to say it's been underwhelming, but like he needs that moment. So this maybe is the moment.
Yeah. No. I hear you.
But I don't think it's over either. I think that we get another clash at the Rumble, but then Seth, on to other things after.
Yeah. I don't know if we'll get them. Maybe it'll be before the Rumble, maybe not. I'm not sure, but
I would say Dean wins.
So we're unanimously Dean Ambrose. Really? Wow. Mm-hmm. So we'll be shocked on Sunday if he doesn't win. But either way, I think this will be one of the best matches on the card. It should be some sort of ladder or TLC or something, but I don't know. I guess they didn't want to have too many of those either, right?
Mm-hmm.
Moving on, we had Rey Mysterio and Randy Orton. 1-on-1.
You know what's crazy is like
in a chairs match.
Yeah.
Let that be known.
But you know what? This one to me I like that it makes sense actually.
That it's a chairs
because
match?
The way that he put him with the fucking chair around the neck and
it's a great point. They've actually built towards it.
Like it makes sense.
Yeah.
And I got to say like I'm kind of looking forward to this match because I like how these guys' chemistry always.
Yeah.
They got good chemistry.
I'm looking forward to it because I saw them wrestle a lot when I watched back in 05, 06 and shit after Eddie passed.
Mm-hmm.
And, they had a couple feuds together and...
That's what I'm saying. I've always enjoyed their chemistry.
Yeah. It should be good. Again, maybe one of the better matches on the card, but sometimes we know how Randy Orton can be and he doesn't exactly use maximum effort every show.
Yeah,
I would say. So you never know. I don't know. Will?
I'm on the fence too. Like I don't know who's gonna win actually because I feel like Ray needs the win, but Randy to keep his momentum with this character also needs the win.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say Randy more because of the momentum and this killer that they've been building up. He's also another guy that I don't know if it's gonna happen or should happen, but he could be in the main event picture come WrestleMania. We'll see. Depends on where this...
You know my theory on him.
Going to Mania?
We just talked off record. We'll do it another show.
Yeah.
Fantasy booking shit.
I don't even know.
Are you not excited? You're not clapping for this?
Honestly, it's like these are two guys that have been in the company for almost 10 years. And honestly, it just doesn't matter. Like, this is one of those matches that just... I don't care.
Yeah.
Do it on SmackDown. Like, it doesn't need to be on a pay-per-view. It honestly doesn't.
But do you like the fact that at least... what Donovan said, that the chairs match has a meaning. Like they have been hitting each other with chairs on SmackDown, and Randy did the whole, outside the ring chair thing. Does that make it better, or no? Fuck it. You want new people?
They don't need to take up time on the pay-per-view.
Fair enough, man. Do you have a prediction for who's gonna win, or it doesn't matter?
I'm gonna play devil's advocate and say Ray.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I didn't actually pick, so.
You said Randy.
No, I really don't know, man. Okay. Because my whole theory with Ray and the Cruiserweight title, like I kind of believe that in a weird way that might happen, like a match at least.
Well, that would be okay then if he loses to somebody like Randy Orton and then goes down to the Cruiserweight division.
But then it's like, you lost. You can't keep up with Randy.
Yeah, that's true too. Who did he come in and feud? I already forget.
I know he fought Nakamura. Like he got the one win to enter that Best in the World tournament.
Yeah.
Which isn't.
And did he fight Cien Almas? I think they had a match too, right?
A match too, yeah. So he's got a couple little wins.
Okay, so he can afford a loss.
You can afford a loss, you're right.
I don't think it's on here.
I guess I'll go with Randy, just to answer.
And like I said, it's not on here, but maybe we can get a quick one before we talk about what I think is going to be in the main event, and probably you guys as well. Is Rusev and Nakamura? I guess it's not on my list here, and anybody listening, I'm just using Wikipedia, so check it out there. But I'm not seeing anything for Nakamura Rusev, but I wouldn't be surprised if we get Nakamura Rusev on the pre-show or something like that.
Yeah.
Hopefully not a title change if it's on the pre-show, but
I'm keeping it with Nak.
Yeah, I not that he's doing much with it, but I still think
it's better to have it on him than not. My opinion.
I think they're going to give it to Rusev.
Yeah. Well, see, I don't have anything against giving it to Rusev. Or like, it's not that I don't think he deserves it. Mm-hmm. Excuse me, but build it up if you're going to do a title change. Like, don't do this at
the go home SmackDown.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, like, build up the fact that like, it's, what is it today? It's Thursday. We record on Thursdays. The show's in 4 days, and we don't know if the match is happening or not. So, to me, if we don't even know the match is happening 3 days out, then I don't know if the guy, I don't know. Maybe I'm speaking out of my ass here.
There might be a thing where they just have it on the SmackDown after the pay-per-view.
That's definitely possible.
I thought about that, too.
Like the next night? Or the I know what you mean.
I'll give them another one, guys. This is my mastermind booking here. So they can have this one. I know it wouldn't happen, but like, what would be awesome is like, we know Rusev pinned Nakamura on SmackDown. There's house shows going on. Rusev should pick up the title before the pay-per-view. We get a match at the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And then they feud for the belt, and it matters again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nakamura is trying to get his belt back.
Yeah.
Like
going into Rumble?
Yeah.
No, hey,
Dude,
it would no,
yeah.
It would be built up, and then maybe.
And people love that house show title change, which we don't get off. Like, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah,
if it happened.
I wouldn't be opposed to that. So we'll see if that match even ends up happening at the pay-per-view. But last one before we close down, because
it's a big one.
Yeah, this has been a long show, but it's been good. Becky Lynch versus Charlotte versus Asuka, triple threat TLC match for the women's championship. Let's hope this fucking closes the show.
Oh, it should.
If it doesn't,
by every right, it should.
SmackDown does not close the shows.
See,
that's what I was thinking earlier. That's why I was wondering. I'm like, what is going to close the show? I really don't know here.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's Baron and Braun.
Oh my god!
I'm not even.
No, you're right.
I'm not even kidding you.
No, you're right.
That's been the main event picture on the main event show. It's the main, like that is the. If we're ranking feuds as far as the way WWE portrays feuds, that's been like what opened Raw this week and what closed Raw.
Because you're right.
Yeah, what opened Raw, what closed Raw.
See, but then I also think that Dean and Seth could close the show.
It's going to be one of those three, because it's not going to be Daniel Bryan and Miz.
So it's going to be. Well, I think it could be any of those big.
Four?
Big, yeah. I don't think they would go with Ronda closing it out.
No, I don't think so. Especially because it's Nia. No offense to Nia, but I don't think. If it was Becky or Charlotte, maybe, yeah, and Ronda. But let's get our predictions for the women's match first before we get our final thoughts. I'm gonna go out on a limb, and this is back to what we listened to Don Tony here. But this is who I think is gonna win, not who I think should win or who I want to win.
Yeah.
I think Asuka's taking this. Not because I want her to, but I just think it's time. I think the way the crowd reacted on SmackDown this past week is all more of a reason for them to decide, you know what, maybe we should go with Asuka right now. And maybe Becky should win the Rumble, and Charlotte and Asuka can do their own thing, and then Becky can go challenge Ronda after winning the Rumble. I don't know if that's what's going to happen, but that's kind of my thoughts and my projection. You guys?
I agree. Asuka all the way.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, Devil's Advocate Don is gonna say the man.
Darth Sidious Don over there in his hood.
No, I think Becky retains. I just think
that's what I would want.
I think the fact that Asuka with beating, I think that shit is very telling to me. It's weird theories I have
on SmackDown. Her
Asuka
kind of
being the last one standing. I just don't see it.
The old reverse psychology.
Yeah, but like I said, I feel like at the Rumble, that's where it could happen. I think Asuka could get it in a one-on-one match, but I think Becky, she retains.
Fair enough. Okay. So, should we talk a little bit more about what we think is a main event, or is that pretty much it? 'Cause I don't know. I think it's going to be the women.
I'm going to say it's the women, too. It's a TLC match. How many other TLC matches are there on this pay-per-view?
It's definitely Baron Corbin.
It's going to be one of those two. I know we included some of the other ones in there, but...
No, Baron's going to lose in the opening match of the pay-per-view, and he was like, no, new main event.
No, I think it's...
Braun Strowman Lumberjack match.
Who's opening the show, guys? Just random, like, quick. If you
Opening?
Wanna, yeah.
I guess tag team.
Seth and Dean start the show off, right?
Seth
With
and
a
Dean.
bang.
I can see the tag team.
Yeah, I could definitely see Seth and Dean coming out to start the show. That, Burn It Down being the first music you hear of the night. I don't know. Overall, I think it's going to be a good one. We're all excited, I think.
Yeah, no,
I
there's actually
am.
some good quality matches.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Some of it hasn't been built up, but after going through every match like that, I'm excited to watch it. So it should be good.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's pretty good for the roundtable though this week, unless you guys had much else you wanted to get going.
No, we covered a lot of bases
A
here.
lot of ground today.
But everyone be on the lookout for fucking Lars Sullivan in my little predictions, because I think that they're gonna come true. One of them.
Yeah,
one of the two.
The baby Lars.
Or him in a giant bear costume, maybe. Just like,
No, I'm telling you, he's the ultimate baby face. He's coming out. He's going to be the savior. He's going to be the Batman of Monday Night Raw.
It's on it.
Jesus. Thanks for checking out the roundtable today, guys. This has been episode 16. It's been a long one. And
Sweet 16.
Sweet 16. We figured we'd go big for the 16. Why not? Don't forget to check us out on Instagram and Twitter at PWLookBack on both of those. Give us a follow, subscribe, like, comment, share, I think I said that. Give us a hit the little bell on YouTube as well. Give us a subscribe on YouTube, Pro Wrestling LookBack. Send us an email if you want as well, prowrestlinglookback@gmail.com. I got the website updated as well, prowrestlinglookback.wordpress.com. And like I said at the beginning of the show, stay tuned for the new year. We got new things coming on the podcast levels, iTunes, Podbean. Stay tuned. I'm on Twitter at Salsa, SCELSA.
My Twitter is at New School Money.
My Twitter is at LateralG, LATERELG. And you know what? If you want to, drop by Twitch, my live stream, twitch.tv/LateralG.
I like it.
Exact same.
I like it. Yeah. Get at these guys there. Give them a follow on both Twitter and Instagram and myself. Thank you for checking out the show, guys. This has been Pro Wrestling Lookback Roundtable, episode 16. I'm Nick.
I'm Will.
Donovan telling you to stay classy.